Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Get this shit out right here. Let's fucking go. Let's set this shit right here. Let's fucking go. Packers had a great victory today. 23-20 over the LA Chargers. Did the Chargers go full Chargers mode? Yeah, absolutely they did. They were missing their, I think, second and third receivers. But you know what? Green Bay was missing, two starting corners and their starting safeties. So I think it's pretty fair, passing wise. What a fucking win! I'm just lost for words right now. I can't even. It's just so nice to get a win on Sunday. Then 3 p.m. starts, and you don't have to worry and have this angst about your football team. Jordan Love, let's just start off with him. Had a great day. Last week, last week's performance was probably tied with week one with his best of his career. And what was even nicer is today he surpassed that. Had a great day. Had 300 yards passing, 320 to be exact. What a day. It was nice to see him progress and get better with these receivers. Albeit none of them had 100-yard receiving yards, but I don't think this offense works like that. You had a bunch of guys ball out today. Number one being Jaden motherfucking Reed, the second-round pick. Had 4 rushes for 46 yards and a touchdown, 3 catches for 46 yards. The man's an absolute dog. He's this guy that it's hard not to root for the kid. Coming from his background, you learn all these things about him. Didn't have a father growing up. It's just, this kid is just, it's just really hard not to root for the guy, and really happy for him. Really happy for Dontavian Wicks, the 5th-round pick today, who led the team in receiving with 90 yards on 5 catches, made an absolute beautiful catch over the middle to break a tackle and, get all the way to the opposing team's opposite side of the field to at least get us in field goal range. But then ultimately we did get the touchdown. Romeo Dobbs had a touchdown today. Christian Watson, albeit with just 2 catches today, he had a touchdown today. But that touchdown was beautiful. Just a beautiful crossing route. Man gets wide open. Just absolute dime by Jordan. It was really nice to see this offense kind of click today. They hadn't scored more than 20 points all year except for week 1. And it was nice to get 23 today. So on cloud 9 right now. Yeah. Like I said, the Chargers did go full Chargers. They had 3 key drops. Keenan Allen balled out today, but made a critical drop. What would be a touchdown, which turned out to be a field goal point. Man. Whew. Well, just craziness. The game ceiling. When the Chargers got the ball, with a minute left and no timeouts, I was like, this is kind of setting up for disaster. I've seen this game 1,000 times. This time we don't have Aaron Rodgers with us to kind of save us out. But I've seen this game 1,000 times. Justin Herbert does Justin Herbert things and just will drive down the field. But, man, that sack by Rashawn Gary, just fucking absolute key, helping this defense out. Carl Brooks, the 6th-round pick, getting a sack today. Fucking dude is just a dude from Bowling Green, just absolutely balling out in the NFL right now. I might be a little hyped right now by saying balling out, but he's definitely on the right track. Carrington Valentine, the corner today, just played pretty solid. Keyshawn Nixon, get him off the defense. He is just not a defensive player. He really isn't. But I am just I'm really happy. You know, they moved to 4-6 on the year, and they got a tough one for sure. Detroit coming off a big win today. You know, Green Bay playing them on Thanksgiving, so it's gonna look like a blowout probably. And let me just talk about a guy that we lost today, Aaron Jones. Absolutely devastated for him, but it looked like a knee, and with the way those play out and how things are trending, it was looking like it's probably the last time we ever see him in the green and gold. But what was beautiful, or the saving grace, is just seeing that Matt LaFleur just said that it doesn't look like it's a long-term thing, so maybe it's like an MCL sprain, which could be like a week or two. Which, that, my goodness, I'm really thankful for that. Um, you know what what a fucking game. I just did not think the Packers were going to win this one, but Lambeau Field came to show today. It felt loud. It felt loud. It felt like the stadium was roaring. Um, but it's crazy with this wide receiving core, because you know coming into the season, it's like the second year guys are going to be the 1-2 with Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson, and I like both guys. I like their skill sets that each player possesses. But right now, the number 1 and 2 are the two rookies with Dontavian Wicks and Jayden Reed. Jayden Reed absolutely balled out today. The kid is just when we needed to get something going on offense, he was the guy that got us going. That guy is just really nice to see him work the field and make a lot of great plays to help this offense out. The offensive line, I'm going to talk about the offensive line for a second. It's just really weird. I guess it's more common nowadays to switch players in and out, but with left tackle, you had Yash Nyman and Rasheed Walker just like flipping series back and forth. Like, I don't know. Something about that just like kind of confuses me. Like, I can't imagine there's a lot of cohesion with that whole thing. And then also too with the right guard, John Runyon and Sean Ryan would just like switch in and out. Did that a couple times too in this game. Like, I don't know what's going on with the offensive line, but they're just really trying to figure something out. And man, it's just interesting, that they do this in the middle of the game, like flip each series in and out. Like, it's just an interesting dynamic. I'm very curious what they do Thursday, if they keep doing that thing, or if they just like, I'd imagine you have to keep it stable at some point, but maybe they're just trying to find a guy who just wants it and wants to, and the hot hand who's playing well. But offensive line for the most part played pretty well, and Khalil Mack did Khalil Mack things. Got a sack on Jordan Love today. Asante Samuel Jr. for the Chargers, fucking absolute dog. That kid's gonna be fucking really good for years to come. But it was nice having Quay Walker back today. He was just flying around the field. Just a great asset, running and tackling, and just his speed on the field, where it's just not like a slow guy, slow linebackers like we've had in the past. Like, it's just nice to have some guys like that. Felt like the D line played great today. I think they had Austin Eckler fumble a ball today, and they recovered it to save a goal line stand. Like, I think the Chargers are like 0-3 in the red zone at one point. Like, just great stuff. It's just crazy. This defense, the Joe Barry scheme is bend but don't break. It's bended. It bends so hard at times, but it somehow doesn't break. Now that could like cause years off your life as a fan, but again, credit to him. Hold Justin Herbert and the Chargers to 20 points. There you fucking go. And you know, it was just nice to see progression on this offense. I don't know yet if this like secured a long-term deal with Love. I wouldn't give it to him yet. I still think he has some long ball accuracy issues, which is not a good thing for a quarterback. But I think it was not. This whole season is about him progressing, and especially progressing at the end of the season. You got like 7-8 games left now. It's nice to see him progressing during this stretch right now. And you got a big game, you know. Oh, the winner. I'm not saying playoffs are a thing, but if something were to happen where Green Bay can get a win in Detroit next week, I'm not saying they're gonna go to the playoffs, but it would be fucking huge. It'd be fucking huge, and I'm excited, but also not looking forward to it because I want to have a good Thanksgiving. So, you know, I think, man, I think the Packers might have just fucking made the LA Chargers lose their head coach Brandon Staley. Like, you can't fucking, you know, the Packers hadn't scored 20 points since week 1. Fucking scored 23 today. Like, shit, you know, just a bad loss for the Chargers. And you know, the Chargers definitely shot their self in the foot a shit ton of times, you know. But what a great day, and can't wait to see what Thanksgiving Day holds. And Packers are 4-6 and moving in the right direction. So it's nice to just get a win on Sunday, honestly. That's just plain and simple. So, all right, we'll see you next week.